feel that?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Insider, coming to you live from Armed Radio out of Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Glenn Spillman, and for those of you who are viewing us, to my left is Shawn Allen.
What's up, everybody? It's Happy Hump Day.
I would like to welcome everybody on the East Coast and on the West Coast, everything in between to the show. I would like to welcome everyone on the cameras that are watching. Welcome to the show.
Our house regulars, Pablo 10 over here on the
Pablo from England,
and then we have Connor from Bristol, Connecticut. Connor 1668 over here on Live.me.
All right.
Who do we have over here? Anybody?
Well, we've got Josh, Cute Skies On, Josh 3030, Cozy Button. Ladies and gentlemen, listen on Arms Radio all over the world in Boston. When you hear me welcome people to the show, we have viewers as well as listeners. So I am welcoming them to the show, and then they ask questions throughout the show, and I can see them pop up on the screen. So, Shawn, go ahead and tell everybody, all of our viewers, how they can download TuneIn app.
On your Apple iOS or your Android phone, you can go to and get the App Store and go to TuneIn, download the app, and on Wednesdays and Fridays, 6 Pacific Coast time or 9 Eastern, you can listen to us. Check us out, and pass it on.
And the Armed Radio, and follow them on Twitter, Armed Radio 1 on Twitter. Show them some. And also, they got other shows on there that they have that you can listen to. So we are not the only show on there. We're the best one, but not the only one.
Thank you, Connor, for the 100 likes there.
But anyway, hey, everybody that's viewing and listening, go to our website, sportsinsideronline.com, and you could follow us on social media. You could listen to all the archived shows and watch the archived shows as well. So, Seed Oats, welcome to the show.
Has the V come on yet?
I don't know.
Okay, well.
I'm sure he would show his love for you if he had.
Oh, I'm just asking.
So, we're going to start off today. We've got some interesting topics. We're going to obviously talk NFL. We are going to talk about, as soon as David gets on, I got a surprise for him. We're going to continue with the, one of the, in which on my studies is probably the biggest rivalry in the world there's David.
Hey!
In the world. We talked about that last night, so we will, I just want to say, all you Boston fans out there listening, I told you that 10 days after the All-Star, within 10 days after the All-Star game, the Celtics would be in first place. And my colleague Shawn over here, he says, no way, it's not going to happen, blah, blah. Well, Shawn, my friend, the Boston Celtics are now in second place. They are only 2.5 games behind Cleveland. Cleveland in their last 10 has won 4, lost 6. Boston has won 7, lost 3. You keep that up for one more week, Boston Celtics will be in first place.
Has the All-Star break happened yet?
No, but if they get it,
our bet specifically.
If they get it before, I don't want to hear. Well, I ain't talking about the bet. I'm not talking about the bet. I'm talking about just me being right.
Just being right.
That's it.
Be after the All-Star.
Hunt, welcome to the show. Right. Yes, I said it would happen after. And they're going to make a liar out of me, but that's the good part. I would love for them to make a liar out of me because that means the Boston Celtics would be in first place before the All-Star break.
What's happening to the Hawks over here and the Raptors?
Screw the freaking Hawks, man. Screw the Raptors. Pablo says, doesn't matter what seed the Cavs are, they still will make the finals. Well,
not a given.
It's not a given, brother, because here's what's going to happen. Jacob Pendergraft, welcome to the show, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Jacob, ladies and gentlemen, is an actor extraordinaire, and he is going to be in my next film that I'm doing, and he's also, he's the kind of person that I like in the film industry. He's not a narcissistic actor that's going to be like, I will only do this. He will do anything as far as acting goes. That includes in front or behind the camera.
In front or behind the camera.
Yes. So,
All right.
let's talk about that. Pablo 10, Mr. England. Kyrie Irving is very prone to injuries.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And I will say this. The Boston Celtics have firepower. And they have a firepower in a little man called Isaiah Thomas. And I'm telling you what, man, he's a string bean, but that guy's a beast. He will drive the basket, and he doesn't care who you are, what you are, or when you are. LeBron James shies away. LeBron James is twice as big as this guy. But Isaiah Thomas, I'm telling you, man, he is the key to the Boston Celtics. When the Celtics picked him up, they did something right.
And currently, the Celtics are getting smashed.
Now, kind of like a girl over here. So the Raptors, 70, Celtics, 55. But what, Shawn?
Yes.
What is an old saying in sports? It ain't.
What did the fat lady say?
Exactly.
That's fine.
So the fat lady's still at the buffet right now eating because
Right.
it's only the third quarter, 8 minutes, 56
The
seconds.
fat lady's going to look over the middle of the fourth quarter, and it's going to be like 110.
Isaiah
74.
Thomas already has 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. Isaiah is going to have, by the end of the game, I say he's going to have 35 points. He's going to have 7 rebounds and 10 assists. So he's going to have a double-double. So over here we've got someone just said Stephen Curry. I don't know what the crap that means. Someone says, Josh says, I think Florida Gators got a good QB today. Pablo says, as I would prefer a new matchup in the finals, but won't happen, sadly. Pablo. Jacob says, Isaiah Thomas is the sleeper pick for MVP. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen, from Jacob Pendergraph himself.
I think he'd be on the list for QB.
No. Isaiah Thomas is the freaking man, dude.
Okay, that's
The
fine.
freaking man.
Still got stuff
So let's talk about the Cavaliers real quick. The I can't say what I want to say, dadgummit. But, because this is a rated PG show, and we already have one show on these guys that has a little red E on it.
Hey,
Probably something you said, Shawn.
no, it's your pre-show antics.
You and your filthy mouth. So,
Mets winning?
the Cavaliers won 112-91, but I do not feel that the Cavaliers will make it to the finals again this year. I think Kyrie will get injured. There's way too much drama with LeBron.
They're a team divided right now.
They are. They're divided,
If
and
they
they're
stay that
going
way,
to.
They may not make the playoffs.
Now
Well,
they played the Timberwolves. Big freaking deal. The Timberwolves. Wow. Yeah, that's something to brag about. That's something to write home to mom about. Not. So here's the thing. Now, the next few games, they got the New York Knicks. Pablo says Kyrie needs to leave Cleveland, leave the dictator LeBron James. Yeah, Kyrie needs to get out of there. Screw LeBron and the horse he rode in on. Wait, no, that's bestiality.
Kyrie can come to Sacramento and be the leader of the team.
I don't think he would be the leader of the team. DeMarcus would shut that down real quick. So, now, the Cavaliers go to the Knicks. They're probably going to win that one. Then they're going to Washington, Indiana, Oklahoma City. I think they lose Washington, and I think they lose Oklahoma City. So the next 3 games, they lose 2.
Washington.
So if Boston wins 2, then and Cleveland loses 2, then Boston's a half a game out of first place.
I don't want to imagine that at all.
Pablo says, imagine Kyrie on the Lakers. I'll imagine that. I will. And I'll get Paula Abdul out of freaking retirement. I will oil her up in baby oil, and I will dance with her in the middle of the freaking Laker Staples
You and
Center.
your bottle of Jergens.
What's Jergens?
Lotion.
I don't use Jergens.
Okay.
I said baby oil. So,
Okay.
yeah. But here's the fun part, ladies and gentlemen. The Cavaliers will be in. Mike Tyson, welcome to the show. Yes, people. Mike Tyson watches the show. Suck it. So, March 1st, mark it on your calendar, because the Cleveland Cavaliers will be at Boston. And for those of you who want to get tickets, there are still over 3,000 tickets at about $95, and I think Boston will win that. They will win that game. But I'm telling you, dude.
Who has made 10 free throws? Are you saying Isaiah Thomas has already made 10 free throws?
He said who? I don't know. You've got what? Freaking 12, 13
he said
games?
He already made 10 free
He
throws.
who?
I don't know.
Well, tell him to freaking...
Said, did you guys see
pull
what
his
Roger
head
Goodell
out.
said today? I don't know.
Yes, I saw what Roger Goodell said today. He said a lot of things. Be more specific on your question there. This guy must be smoking way too much weed. We don't see what people say. We hear what people say. Unless it's... People probably think I'm just the biggest dick. But I'm not, folks. I'm busting your balls. Do you rate D'Angelo Russell, Pablo says? You can speak. What the hell are you...
turn the volume up over there today?
Yes, yes.
That's why I was making sure.
Someone says... Oh, Josh says he goes to the Warriors. Kyrie Irving is not going to the Warriors.
No, they don't have money for that.
Antflow4427, welcome to the... Hey, bull crap, they don't have money. Steve Kerr has that much in his house.
They don't have that much money to pay Durant and him, no.
Kyrie Irving, dude, is not worth $18 million.
12 and tell him to be happy.
No. I'll give you 10. 10 and shut the hell up.
10 and give you incentive bonuses. You can make 14.
I thought you said 10 and a Cinnabon.
No.
I was like, what?
10,
What the crap?
10 and give you an incentive bonus.
Incentive bonus.
Plan, you can make 14 with the incentive bonus.
When was the last, speaking of Cinnabons, when was the last time you had a Cinnabon?
It's been a while.
Those are the devil. Pablo says Kyrie should join up and come a team like the Lakers or join Butler in Chicago. Let's talk about Chicago for a second. Dwayne Wade, it's been several days ago, but Dwayne Wade called out his teammates, this and that, and Rajon Rondo was pissed. And let me tell you something. I don't care how your teammates play. Shut your freaking mouth over the media, social media, news conferences. Because if I played with you and you called me out for whatever reason, when you got in that locker room, I would slap the shite out of you. And I say, let's keep it in the locker room and shut your freaking mouth. Because now, what are they doing a week or so later? They're still talking about it at a press conference. Hey, how do you feel about Dwayne Wade saying this? Or, hey, Dwayne, do you still feel about this?
The players are not smart enough to just go to the next question.
It's not about the players not smart enough going to the next question. It's about the player not smart enough to keep his mouth shut to begin with.
Right.
Because I tell you what, you know me. You know I've got a lot of things going on in life right now.
Yep.
Do I freaking talk about it on social media?
Not for the most part, no.
No, not at all, ever.
No, not that, no, but I'm talking about the other stuff you're doing, such as upcoming movies.
No, forget, I'm talking about anything negative.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Don't talk about that at all.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen,
Time to be negative.
Shanahan, you know who he is, one of the coaches for the Atlanta Falcons. I put this in quotes for those of you watching and for those of you listening. Quotes. He lost his briefcase at the stadium. Real quick, Jacob said Boston and Cleveland in East Finals. Boston in 7. Kings front office is too stupid to pick up Kyrie.
No, I don't think so. Because Kyrie is somebody who...
Kyrie, the Kings are stupid to do a lot of things.
Well, Rudy Gay will pick up as an extra option if someone like Kyrie comes.
Anyways, so Mr. Shanahan lost his briefcase. He was looking frantically for couple hours, all over the stadium. Jabbar 818, welcome to the show.
What's up, Jabbar?
A person... I won't say his name, but a person found the briefcase, had it for a while. So,
please don't say it.
What?
Say it was somebody from the Patriots organization.
I'm not going to say it.
Oh God! No, I know what that's going to do, right?
I'm saying it.
You know that's
and
going to do, right?
He returned it
all over again.
And he returned it. So, how much do you want to bet?
Spygate's going to be relived.
How much do you want to bet that somewhere in the Patriots organization, whether it's on, they're going to be smart about this.
You're right. There it is.
Whether it's going to be on an iPad, phone, whatever, encoded somehow, that the Patriots have copies of that playbook. Jeffrey Toon, welcome to the show. How much you want to bet, Shawn?
I won't bet because I agree with you. I know that that's what's going to happen. And then let's just say for shits and giggles.
See, now you just got us an E on there, man.
The Patriots do, like we were talking about yesterday, the Patriots win by 25.
Yeah.
Hold on. What is everybody going to scream?
Shenanigans.
They're going to scream that they had the playbook and this, that, they knew what they were going to do and what situational plays and
You know what the guy said that returned it?
What?
Hey, look, the Celtics have already come back. The guy said, "Oh, his bag looked just like mine. I mistook it for my bag." Right. So when he opened the bag and he saw the playbook, he's like, "Well, how much can I sell this for?" I guarantee you there's pictures of that playbook, parts of it on social media that will be floating around game day. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that the Falcons are frantically going to Jake says, "I'm a spectator tonight.
Hey.
Don't know enough to contribute."
That's all right, though, Jake, because that's how you learn.
That's how you learn, and I'm going to get into other subject matters, and you'll chime in, trust me.
But do you think that...
So Pablo says Falcons have a backup. Of course they have a backup, but I promise you...
Now, just for comedy purposes...
You just touched me, dude.
Do you think that bad that he supposedly lives for hours in the thing was lost on purpose?
Well, he is going to San Francisco.
No. Do you think it was lost on purpose?
He is going to San Francisco. He's going to San Francisco, and I don't think he cares.
Right, but do you think that playbook was the actual playbook, or do you think that it was mistakenly
set
up
planted?
like that to where they're gonna go make copies and they're gonna be floating around and then somewhere, and then they're gonna be like, I have a totally different playbook. And make them. I kind of rubbed off on me in that way, but I wouldn't.
It very well could have been planted because the Patriots have been known to cheat more than once. But I think it's funny. You know what would have been? There's a lot of shenanigans going on. But anyway, Jim Harbaugh says that not only is Tom Brady the best QB ever to play the game of football, but he is the best player to ever play in the NFL. Here is a quote from Jim Harbaugh, Mr. Khaki wearer himself. Tom Brady is the greatest football player ever to play. If you can play that good, that consistently, great, year after year after year after year, game after game after game after game, nobody's ever done that. Nobody's ever done it like Tom Brady has. He's the best of all time. Your retort. We're talking football, and freaking Mike Tyson chimes in.
Oh.
And Mike, I will answer your question. So let's get through this one first.
I just think that's,
So you don't think... Now, we got a lot of Boston listeners, and you better watch what you say because some of them are on Southwest.com right now getting ready to buy a plane ticket to come out here and whip your arse. Mike, don't apologize, brother. Don't apologize at all, man. We're cool. So what do you think about that?
I mean...
First off, what do you think of the statement?
His statement, every person has their own. That's what I love. We all have our own opinions, and that's his opinion. That's great. Tom Brady, yes, he is definitely up there with the all-time greats, and he is one of the greatest of all time.
So you don't think
he's not the greatest?
You don't think Tom Brady is a top three? Who's your top three quarterbacks ever?
Well, Montana's number 1.
Okay.
Brady would be probably number 3.
And who's number 2?
Number 2? Duffy. So what? But Brady could be 1. He could be 2 or 3, actually.
Okay, well, here's what's going to happen. Okay, the greatest football player of all time? No, because there's a lot. I mean,
Right.
we're talking like Jim Brown and all that. Now, that's a whole nother discussion.
Right.
But QB, I promise you this, on everything holy. Pablo says, top 5 I've seen live as pure talent is Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, and Russell Wilson.
Okay, so now you... Okay, I agree. Top Rodgers is up there in the top 5. But Big Ben, I don't know if Big Ben is the top 5.
Here's what's going to happen.
Russell Wilson either.
Sunday, the New England Patriots are going to win by at least 17 points. I said it. And then Tom Brady's going to have how many rings?
4.
Say that again.
4.
Say that again.
He'll have 4. And he'll have 2 losses. And we had this conversation.
How many rings does, what's his name?
Montana?
Joe Montana have?
4, and he's 4-0 in Super Bowls.
Doesn't freaking matter. If you are, Pablo says 4-0, yes. But Michael Jordan has 6 rings. If Kobe Bryant won another ring, he would have been arguably better than Jordan. Because just by going off of rings and talent and everything else. If Tom Brady wins on Sunday, which I believe he will be sitting on the platform, at the table, at the King's table, whatever you want, right next to Joe Montana. He will be right there with him. Okay? I say they're both tied for number 1. If Tom Brady goes and in the next few years wins another one, he will be the greatest NFL quarterback of all time.
And this is where we have our opinions on it. He wins the championship on Saturday. The Patriots win. And you put him at the table with Montana. The problem is...
I just did.
You put him at the table. Here's Montana. And you have Brady, but you got to scoot Brady down to this end of the table because he has 2 losses in the Super Bowls.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Let
me ask you this. Say you and I both played football. Say that you played football before I did. And you won 4 rings. You're 4-0 in championships. Then I come along. I've got 6 championships, but I've played in 10 Super Bowls. I have 4 losses and 6 wins.
You have more wins than I have, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just said
what I'm saying is, because here's what's going to happen. Montana has how many rings?
Montana has 4.
Okay. And Brady has how many?
Brady has 3.
Brady has 4.
Brady has 3 right
Brady
now.
has 4.
He does not have.
What does that say?
It says he has 4 right now.
That's what I'm saying. If you have more jewelry than the next person, it's like Charles Barkley. He's a good basketball player, but he didn't win a ring.
Just like Marino.
Exactly.
Awesome. Records after records after records.
John Stockton, Karl Malone. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, then you got to look up other stats. So anyway,
There's other stats
if
as
Tom Brady wins on Sunday,
how many Super Bowls did they win by a field goal? Out of the 4, 2 or 3.
it doesn't matter if you win by a safety, brother. I've got, sitting right over there on that counter, or shelf, whatever, is my championship ring. Okay? I've got one. Don't give a crap. We went 7 games, and we won the 7th game. I've got a championship ring. Doesn't freaking matter how it happens. I have one, and the other team does not. Doesn't matter how it happens. So
let's talk about the other side of the
okay,
coin.
all right.
He has 4 now, you're saying? And,
Yes.
and he's lost 2, so he's been in 6 total. Okay.
Ring, Pablo.
So, what happens if he loses Sunday?
Oh,
and he's 4-4. Now he's 4-3.
Well, if he loses on Sunday, then Roger Goodell will be sitting in the corner peeing on himself, giggling like a little freaking 4-year-old girl because he thinks it's funny.
But I'm saying, what does it do for his
Matt
legacy?
Ryan will be held the
Dan Quinn will have jousted the king and taken Belichick to the ground.
So if he loses,
He'll be 4-3.
oh, Pablo says, would Matt Ryan become a legend if he wins?
If he were to beat them by 10 or more points, yes.
Let me answer that. Yes and no. He will be a legend for Atlanta Falcons fans. He will be a legend in Atlanta, but a legend in football? Hold on. But a legend in football? No, because Joe Flacco, he won a Super Bowl. Big freaking deal.
I know, you know what we can call Matt Ryan? They win. They beat the Patriots. We can call him just like you call Randy Orton, the legend killer.
All right.
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
Roger Goodell has not attended a Patriots game since Deflategate. Roger Goodell said, and I quote,
He goes to Super Bowl.
I'm not trying to avoid Gillette Stadium.
He's full of crap.
I'm not trying to avoid Robert Kraft or Tom Brady. I've been busy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but then Kraft said, hey, he's welcome in the stadium. And Roger Goodell said, if Robert Kraft invites me, I would, blah, blah, blah. Jacob says, Terry Bradshaw, Kenny Stabler, and Joe Montana. If you say Terry Bradshaw, you got to throw in Roger Staubach in there.
Yeah, but he's got it the wrong way. He's got Terry first.
Mahdi 1343.
Stabler and Montana, but as far as Super Bowls go, as far as overall, you'd have Montana first, Bradshaw, and then you'd have Stabler. But honestly, as much as I'd like to have Stabler in that conversation, Stabler's more of a top 10 quarterback. That's our list of top 10, not top 5.
What was his nickname?
Snake.
The Snake! And it's not because of his penis either.
No.
So, yeah. Don't put an E on that, Armed Radio. That's a medical terminology. So, Chris Long, ladies and gentlemen, son of Raider legend Howie Long,
We just
plays for the New England Patriots.
Oh, my God.
He played many years with the Rams. Okay? Well, the Rams cut him, and guess what several teams were looking at him, but guess what 2 teams were looking at him the most?
Raiders.
No. The Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. So when Long signed with the New England Patriots, he said, I felt that New England would give me the best chance to win in a Super Bowl.
Wow. He'd have won either way, though, whether he was with Atlanta or not.
Jacob says, not in that order, just my opinion.
All right.
Basically, he's telling you to shut your pie hole. So, ladies and gentlemen, this next story, it kind of pisses me off because I don't like it when black people always call the freaking race card. Just because you're black doesn't mean you can call the race card anytime something comes up and wrinkles your panties a little bit. So, I say that to say this. There are racists out there, absolutely.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But Tom Brady being friends with Donald Trump does not make Tom Brady a freaking racist.
No.
And black people are saying, well, there's an old saying that says, you show me a man's friends and I'll show you who that man is. First off, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, all right. You are who you surround yourself with. It's the same saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Brady has known Donald Trump for 16 years. Tom Brady calls Donald Trump sometimes. Sometimes Donald Trump calls Tom Brady. Now, Shawn, are you my friend?
I am.
Do you agree with everything that I agree with?
No.
Do you agree with everything that I have said since you've known me?
No.
Okay, then. So, I've said some things that you don't agree with, but should you be punished for what I say or do?
No.
Absolutely freaking not. You know what? I mean, I'll fully admit it, I was a man whore, man. When I was in sports, I was a man whore. But does your girlfriend think that you're cheating on her because I'm a man whore?
No.
No? Okay, then. So, I mean, I'm not anymore. I mean, I was, but I'm not anymore. But, so, here's the thing. On January 23rd, Tom Brady was interviewed by Boston Sports Radio, WEEI. So, Tom said this, and I quote, "All right, sometimes he calls me, sometimes I call," Brady said, "but that's been someone I've known. I always try to keep it in context because for 16 years, you know someone before maybe he was in the position that he was in. He's been very supportive of me for a long time. It's just a friendship. I have a lot of friends. I call a lot of people." End quote.
Just because he runs in a higher circle.
Yes, they say there's a lot of African American people protesting the Patriots now and saying that the Patriots. Let me tell you something about Tom Brady. No, Tom Brady is the golden child of America, dude. Not just freaking football. He is the epitome of perfection. And I'm going to tell you what, he's a good-looking man, he's got a good-looking wife, he's got good-looking kids, he's got a great job, he's got a good house, he's got good business acumen, and in business acumen, you're going to meet people. Trump is a real estate mogul, so I'm sure they've had some discussions. Tom Brady has never been in trouble in his life, and has never said anything racist, so that's ridiculous.
When you're a public figure, and then you're Trump... public figure, you get introduced to people like Donald Trump when you were 16 years ago, when you were a football player or whatever. Actually, 16 years ago, he wasn't playing football yet, not pro football.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I've met Donald Trump on more than one occasion. Several, as a matter of fact. I have talked to the man on several occasions. Now, I told someone today, the Donald Trump I knew then wasn't necessarily the Donald Trump that is today. Okay?
Would you say he has matured over time or no? From the wild...
Well, let me ask you this. Would I say he was ever mature?
Would you say he's maturer now than he was
Well, let me tell you this about Donald Trump. FSKOTT. And I don't want to get political here, but let me just talk about the man. Okay, Shawn. Donald Trump's a smart man. 100%.
He went broke and he became a billionaire.
Everybody knows that. I told people when he was doing this crap, saying this stuff that he was saying, Donald Trump, how much money did Hillary Clinton spend on her campaign? Over $250 million. Thanks, Zach. How much did Donald Trump pay? Next to freaking nothing. You know why? No, Pablo, Donald Trump didn't spend next to nothing because he said stuff on the media that pissed him off and they give him free freaking press. He was laughing all the way to the bank. Now, do I agree? Again, I don't want to get political here, but you asked me a question. I think he is doing things to kind of poke the bear, and I think that he's doing that on purpose.
I think the one thing I can change with him from back then, when he listened to almost nobody, that he's listened to people around him now, and that's what he's doing.
Yes, he has listened to people. Now you know me. I mean, I've said it before. I'm bipolar. I've got a mental condition, and I've said some stuff that's not very nice about people, about things, about stuff.
And he's a human being.
And I told someone today, I said, being bipolar, it's like I speak before I think. I don't have enough time to think. I just blurt it out. It's not my fault, really, and so I've had to apologize to a lot of people in life because of my. But I've got issues, but it is what it is. So, David, are you still on the show? Because if you are, brother, I'm about to make you a happy man. But if you're not, then I'm gonna switch over to Jake and make him a happy man because I got a couple things to talk about. And because I don't want David to come back on the show 15 minutes and miss this segment, Pablo says out of Winston, Mariota, Wentz, Prescott, Goff, Lynch, Cook. What will be the win a ring first? Winston.
Winston over Prescott? Dak Prescott?
Oh, Prescott, Dak. Well,
I do think Winston's going to win a ring. I just don't know if it'll be in Tampa Bay or if it'll be.
I'll take Prescott, then Winston. Winston's a jackhole.
Goff? Yeah.
No, Goff will never win a ring. No. Never, ever, ever, ever. No, because even if he went to the Patriots, he wouldn't win a ring. You know why? Because he's cursed.
Well, he would win a ring for being back a quarterback.
Shite! Is that right? That can't be right. If this is right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to fly to Boston tonight, and I'm going to punch okay. Man, I just saw something.
I saw it,
ESPN screwed up. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on a second. ESPN screwed up. They said end of fourth, Celtics lose, and then I hit, and then that's end of third. ESPN screwed up. But, hey, Boston's coming back 75-83. All right, you know what? Defeat.
Where are you at?
Screw you, dude. I'm going to go, and I'm going to talk about last night, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you who are just tuning in, you are listening to Sports Insider. My name is Glenn Spillman. And to my left, for those of you viewing, is Shawn Allen. And we are coming at you live from Armed Radio out of Boston, Massachusetts. And our brothers there. And we are on Armed Radio every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time and 9 p.m. Eastern.
So I have to ask, it just said the end of the third, and started 8:43 and 4.
Dude, they're stoned. ESPN is stoned. They're stoned.
Guys.
They're stoned. Okay? They have the big freaking donkey dong bong, and they got some of that freaking Purple Kush and Pineapple Express from Seth Rogen, and they're freaking smoking it, getting high, and the people putting up stats are freaking wasted. So, Jake, if you're still with me, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about the Rangers and Celtic. One of, if not the biggest sports rivalry in history. And for those of you knuckleheads that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the Texas Rangers, and I'm not talking about the New York Rangers, and I'm not talking about the Boston Celtics. I'm talking about Rangers, Celtic. Two soccer clubs, Glasgow, Scotland. And it has been storied from the 1800s. It was their first meeting. And if I remember correctly, it was Rangers was 1882 and Celtic was 1887, and their first matchup was 1889. And the reason why I remember that is because 1889 was the first year that Oklahoma, the Sooners, Boomer Sooner, became a state. So there was a lot of craziness going on. 1872 and Celtic 1888. All right, so there's fights during these. There's stabbings during these games. There's people dying during these games. There are dogs and cats living together in these games. There's chips, dips, chains, and whips at these games. And I'm not being funny. I'm being freaking serious. So, to carry over what we talked about yesterday, I've got 4 points to make. So, it dives deeper than I hate you, Boston. I hate you, New York Yankees. You know, the Yankees, Boston. You guys think that's a rivalry? That's freaking Disneyland compared to these guys, because it goes political, it goes religiously, and so there are two sets of supporters, often labeled as sectarianism. Sectarianism. Okay? There is native immigrant tension between these two fan bases. And the catalyst for hostility between the two teams in Scotland. David, welcome back, but you're going to have to sit down, touch your pie hole for a minute, and because I was going to go, and I'll come back to you in just a minute. So, with these, in Scotland, the Rangers' traditional support are from the Protestant community. Okay? The Celtic supporters are largely from Irish Roman Catholic. Okay? So, Celtic fans are more likely to wave the Irish tricolor flag, while the Rangers fans tend to wave the Union flag. So, historically, and in Boston, there is a huge Irish community. An Irish community, if you guess, and for the most part, they are Catholic. Okay? So there is a huge tension between the Catholic and Protestants of historically, and then, of course, with these fan base. So there were many assaults on Derby days. And like I said earlier, there have been some deaths. And has been directly related to the aftermath of Old Firm matches. Old Firm meaning that's what they call the Rangers and Celtic matches. So, on March 1st, 2012, the police were giving more power. Now, police have power anyway, but the police in Glasgow was given even more power. And they were giving power, and it is called the sectarian acts at football matches through the new Offensive Behavior at Football and Threatening Communications Act. Woo! That's a mouthful, but that is an act that they threw in to give. Now, the law was designed specifically to target Old Firm rivalry by reducing the religious hatred for both sides. Now, it wasn't the hatred for your team or your team. Your team sucks, your team sucks. No, it was the hatred between the two religious sectors. Now, I don't like to get political or religious on you, but let me just get religious on you for a second. I don't care. Now, if you're a Protestant, that's fine with me. If you're a Catholic, that's fine with me. Because I went to Catholic school growing up, and I got the shit kicked out of me by those nuns. And I'm still pissed off about that. When I see a nun, I still flinch, because I think she's going to grab a ruler and smack the back of my hand with it. But anyway, whether you're Protestant or Catholic, you believe in Jesus, do you not? Yes, you do. Well, Jesus was a man on this earth who believed in peace, love, happiness, and he told his disciples one of the best commandments, or one of the biggest commandments, was to love your neighbor as yourself. And I could even pull out Matthew 7:12, the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Sir.
I can get biblical on you all day long, but I won't. But what I'm saying is, Protestants, Catholics, the word hatred there, well, don't they worship a Jesus that believes in love? So why do they hate? Well, that's a whole nother show and a whole nother discussion that we could discuss for hours. So, the last thing I will say, there was a serious fan uprising, if you will, on an Old Firm match in May of 1999. And no, Prince was not there singing Party Like It's 1999. It was at Celtic Park. There were several objects thrown at players on the field, and let me get this guy's name right. One of the Celtic fans threw something, and it struck referee Hugh Dallas. So while the referee was getting help for his injury, fans invaded the field, and they confronted the ref because they didn't like a call, and they went freaking nuts on him. So there were more missiles thrown. And so, since the events of that day, the matches have normally been played in the afternoon because of stuff like this deliberately being avoided, because these fans, like I said yesterday, are absolutely freaking crazy. Yep. Certifiably, 100%.
Nuts.
But you know what? What does a fan mean? Fan is short for fanatic.
So when you're a fanatic, you go balls to the wall.
You go balls to the wall, and a fanatic could be a good thing, a bad thing, a crazy thing.
Now you see running across the field for a second on Monday Night Football, and they turn the camera away.
It is not neither here nor there. Anything. We got about 15 more minutes.
David is on
to the show. David, are you still on? If you are, I will go to my next segment. So chime in. So Jay, what did you think of our second segment on the Tim Brady 24? Do you think that's Tom Brady disguising himself as Tim?
I don't know.
So
David did say he was here.
Okay, David, you've been watching the show for a long time now, and you've asked, Jake, thank you very much. You've asked not one question about WWE, but probably 50 or so. So I thought of you today, David. Even though that you bust my balls quite a bit, I thought of you. And Jake said Rangers won the title that evening in 1999. David, quit worrying about the background. Why? Because we are David said he thought about you. Isn't that sweet? Was lotion involved? So, okay. Anyway, WWE.
Last night.
Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw, yes. I will just say, David, when you poke the bull, you get the horns. And you get the horns.
So, David, last night Seth Rollins got hurt on Monday Night Raw. Now, it was a closing 2 nights ago. Man, yeah. Wednesday.
He had been calling for him all night.
So, here's the thing. Now, previously he had a match against Kane. Okay, that was November 4th, 2015. So usually when wrestlers get hurt in Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or whatever, it's pretty much fake. Okay, and you know it's for the storyline. But let me tell you, this was not fake. Now he tore against Kane. He tore his ACL, his MCL, and medial meniscus. So, the ACL is your anterior cruciate ligament. Well, your anterior cruciate ligament prevents your knee from going back. Bedtime, 13 days off. Jake, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow, brother. Thanks a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake is from England, and we've got 2 faithful England viewers every day. So, the MCL is your medial collateral ligament, which goes medial, which is on the inside of your knee, and then your medial meniscus, which is on the inside of your knee, which is a little washer that cushions your knee when you walk. So, he tore all 3 of those, so he was jacked up. So he had surgery to surgically repair those. Monday night, he hurt it again.
Oh, they showed when he got choked out, but they didn't show.
No, he hurt it. He hurt his knee. He left the stadium with crutches and was helped into a car.
And someone returned to the Samoa Joe. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Been around for decades.
So, WrestleMania, April 3rd, 2016, achieved record-breaking attendance. This is the kind of attendance. Now, yeah, WWE did do that, but this kind of attendance happens every Saturday in Michigan. When there's and a lot all over college football, but it's still impressive for wrestling. 101,763 people. A record 1.82 million total subscribers following WrestleMania. So, total subscribers to the WWE Network, it's $9.99 a month. So if you go 1.82 million times Zombie Biscuit, welcome to the show, times $9.99, that's how much the WWE makes every single month. That is a lot of freaking money.
And that's just that. That's from that avenue. That's true.
So, David, I wanted to dive further because WWE is a business. It is a fake business. It is an entertainment business, but it is a business nonetheless.
Storylines and what that's basically an adult soap opera, honestly.
It is an adult soap opera. So, here are the WWE by the numbers. Now, I found this out, and I found it to be shocking.
They're losing money.
No.
They're
not losing money.
They lost money last year.
No, they did not.
They did.
They freaking didn't. It's bullshit. If you have... you're a math guy. What's 1.82 million times 9? They did not lose money.
Compared to the years before when they were charging
No,
$60
okay, you know
a
what?
month.
That's freaking drama, dude. So we're going to do the number. They did not freaking lose money. I had a friend of mine. He was a multimillionaire. And every time we would go do something, he's like, man, I don't know if I can go. I could barely rub two nickels together. They did not lose freaking money, dude. And for them to say that, they're freaking lying. So here is what shocked me. Did you know WWE is fake? It is rigged. But did you know that you could still bet on WWE?
Yeah, I knew that.
You could go to Vegas and you could bet.
And WWE is the character of
and even though that it is scripted, and you can still bet on the outcomes. So, here is the Undertaker is minus 130. So, and that means you got to bet 130 to win 100. Anyway, so here is in WWE by the number. So I'll try and do this in 2 minutes or less. So, $9.99 a month is what it costs for WWE Network. 31% for a 1-year performance of shares of WWE stock. That's pretty good. 46%. WWE international revenue grew 46% last year to $170 million. Lost money. Bull crap. 49% WWE Network subscriber growth in the past 12 months. Media hype, welcome to the show. 51 is the age of The Undertaker.
Yep.
He's been a part of WWE since 1990. And, Undertaker's pretty freaking bad. 52% of McMahon's stake in the WWE. So he's still control. Media says, is it true that Ric Flair has arthritis?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
And he's a drunk.
Hey, it's not very nice.
No, he is. He's an alcoholic bad big time.
So $59.99 is the cost of WrestleMania 32. $199 is the cheapest seat on StubHub. $301 is the average ticket price on the resale market. 5,000 hours of on-demand programming is available on the WWE Network. So, David, there you go. 76,976 attendance at WrestleMania 31 in Santa Clara. 1.22 million WWE Network subscribers at 2015 year end. 1.6 million viewers who got the pay-per-view. So 1.6 million times $59.99. That's a lot of freaking money. $2.8 million earnings for Paul Levesque, better known as Triple H, for 2015.
The pay-per-views aren't $59.99 anymore.
9.5 million earnings for John Cena. So John Cena makes 3 times as much almost as freaking Triple H. That's crazy. 12.6 million ticket revenue for WrestleMania 31. 31.5 million earnings for Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, a.k.a. 40.6 million John Cena's Facebook fans. $139 million economic impact generated in Santa Clara, San Jose region for WrestleMania 31. That's a lot of money revenue.
No.
Hold on. $659 million total revenue for WWE in 2015. The biggest revenue streams. Okay, that's a lot of money. You say you lose money, you're a freaking liar. 1.1 billion with a B as in boy, Vince McMahon's net worth, which peaked at 1.6 billion 2 years ago. 1.2 billion at cost of AT&T Stadium or Jerry World. Yeah, so that's how much it cost to build a stadium, and Vince McMahon is worth more than that.
The pay-per-views, I was going to say, were included.
$4 billion, the Cowboys, who rank the most valuable franchise in sports. 8 billion views, 8 billion with the B views on YouTube, WWE content. So, David, that is WWE by the numbers. I hope you enjoyed that, because, like I said, I thought of you when and I know David said that
shut up. Money.
He said, are you going to agree with your boyfriend? I'm sure. David says, I want a tennis by the numbers. Well, you just want a lot, don't you? It's like, man, what did Eddie Murphy say one time? Give a rope and you want to be a cowboy. So, it is, David, it is fake. And if you think it's not fake, then you're freaking crazy. Shawn, you're a WWE fan. I am too. Is it or is it not fake?
It is scripted as fake. Yeah.
But it is entertaining, 100%.
And you have to be physically fit to do it.
You have to be very
Your
physically
cardio.
fit. I mean, you have to be more physically fit than a boxer and an MMA fighter.
The Rock said,
and for Brock Lesnar to be gassed like he was in the MMA fight, I think either he was really truly gassed or that was freaking fake. We got 1 minute.
The Rock said about 5 years ago, 7 years ago, but when he was wrestling and that right to peak, he said he stopped doing cardio for a month and he paid for it.
Yeah, he paid for it. Remember when I was sick a couple weeks ago? Even though I went to the gym a couple times, it took me a week just to get back because, when you stop doing cardio, man, for a little bit, it freaking jacks with you. But anyway, any last words? I told you, freaking people. The fat lady hasn't sang yet, but Boston has come back. It is 100-99 with a minute 25 in the fourth. So, all you Boston listeners out there, we got to go. We love you. We thank you for tuning in and listening. And we will be back Friday night, 6 p.m. This is Sports Insider. My name's Glenn Spillman. Next to me is Shawn Allen. We'll see you Friday on Armed Radio. Peace out.